March, hopefully. So, hello, welcome to everybody. I see a few faces I've seen before. Hopefully there'll be enough to amuse you this visit. I think we're a few short. Apparently there's a wide load going down the 82 and there might be a few latecomers, so I'm sure they'll sneak in quietly and not interrupt you, hopefully. I think this is our 9th. I was asking Peter earlier. I think it's our 9th gathering. Could be our 10th. We kind of lost track over COVID, but it's nice to be back. Stephen usually does our introduction. Those of you who've been before will know, but you're stuck with me for that as well. So I'm going to start with a bit of rebel rousing, because this must be the furthest flung gathering I have seen. So let's just check. Anybody from Australia? You can shout and whoop, it's okay.
Tasmania!
Wait your turn. I read out the countries. Just wait. So Australia?
Yes.
Thank you. Norway?
Yes.
See? Germany? Yeah. USA? Excellent. Hong Kong? First. I'm sure that's the first. I'm going to leave Tasmania to last. UK? Oh. How about France?
Yes.
Switzerland? Yes. Just two lonely ones at the back? Have you left my white chocolate Toblerone at the front desk? Finland?
Yes.
Bulgaria? I'm not doing Tasmania, I don't think we've got anybody from there. Guernsey? 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 Yeah, you count. How about Canada? Whoop, whoop. See, they're so much more sophisticated than the Americans. The Netherlands? I'll have to watch them. Belgium? Italy? Okay, I'm running out. Denmark? Anybody I haven't mentioned apart from Tasmania? Tasmania by any chance?
Yay!
Oh, yay! Well, there you go. That's not bad.
And I've tried to make this as diverse as possible and include a little bit of everything, and I couldn't miss out these fantastic snails. The one on the left is called a copse snail, but the one on the right is actually the same species, but the shell varies in pattern. So that both of the two on the right are a species called larger banded snails. So they're smaller than your average garden snail. They're very, very small. That's on the corner of a mobile phone, that one, to give you some idea of how small they are. The first morning I was down there, and just behind where I am there, just in the long grasses, I spotted some movement, and it was a gentleman lying prostrate on the ground, face down, 6 o'clock in the morning, huge camera lens, all covered up in camouflage, and of course I walked right into him, hadn't I, and disturbed his otter photographing attempts. I didn't know he was there. Nobody knew he was there, but actually a very, very nice Frenchman, and actually very important for Glencoe Reserve that he had taken his entire holiday just to come to Glencoe Reserve to photograph the wildlife. So if people are coming from other countries around the world to photograph your wildlife, then you've got something good going on.
So the queen cuckoo bee will find a nest of her preferred host species. She will hang around the nest for a while, sort of getting the scent on her, so that when she does eventually go in, she won't be attacked immediately. She goes in when the workers are out, so there's no one to defend the host queen, and then she will attack the host queen, and invariably she will win. She has a longer sting and she has thicker armour, so she is much more suited to fighting than the host queen. Cuckoo bees don't have workers because they are using the host nest workers for their own use. So they only have the reproductive females, or queens, and the reproductive males. So she will go in, lay lots of eggs, and mate again, and then leave, and then the host workers will look after those eggs. And eventually the host nest will die out because there's no queen to lay more eggs. Unfortunately, all bumblebees, not just cuckoo bees, not just social bees, and not just the solitary ones, all of them are in decline. So about 7 of our 24 species in the UK have reduced by more than 70% since the 1900s. So huge declines, and this is mostly because of a decline in flowers. So there's very few wildflower meadows left, up to 99% loss again in the UK, huge declines. And if they don't have their food source, as I say, this is what they feed on, the nectar and pollen from the flowers, they don't have their food source, they can't survive. But it's not just the wildflowers, so it's hedges and other nesting sites or hibernation sites. Without these, the queens can't either make a nest or can't survive the winter because they can't hibernate, and so they die out, and then they can't lay eggs because they're dead.
Dear friends, please welcome to the stage the reigning Scottish champion of magic, Billy Reid.
No. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome. Oh, good afternoon. Thank you very much. Thank you. We even have a dog in the audience. What's the dog's name?
Blaze.
Blaze. I can read dogs' minds, but seriously, we'll come back to that in a moment.
Okay.
Folks, it's lovely to see you all. If you have seen me before, I was just over there about an hour ago, but don't let that put you off. We're going to start with a little game, okay? You'll notice that some of the magic starts off a little bit trivial, and then we'll get into the sort of good stuff towards the end of the performance. Generally, the more you have to drink. See? There's a distinct correlation between the more you have to drink and the more impressive the magic becomes. So if you do have a glass in hand, go ahead. Right, we're going to start with a little game, and it's a little game I like to play.
And now, it's time
To play.
Guess the price.
Guess the price.
Of Billy's jacket.
Of Billy's jackets. I can see you're all blown away by that. I'd just like to also thank my sister for doing the voiceover there, so that was very kind of her. Very kind of her. That's right, folks, we're going to play a very quick game of Guess the Price of Billy's Jacket. It's a little game I like to play at the start of all my performances just to warm everybody up, okay? So what I'd like you all to do, please, in your heads, is just guess how much this jacket cost me, okay? Now, I'll give you a clue. It was more than £1 and less than 99, okay? So just get a figure in your heads, and I'll just randomly pick somebody. The gentleman here with the glasses on, what's your name? Robert, how are you, Robert?
Very good.
Good. I'm fine, thanks, Robert. Robert!
Yeah, sorry about that.
Just kidding, Robert. Where are you from?
Germany.
Germany?
Yeah.
Fantastic. All the way to see my show. Thank you, Robert. Now, Robert, you're going to give us the pound value of the jacket, okay? So imagine, if you will, the two numbers before the decimal point when we're thinking of the price of my jacket. So, Robert, what number do you think would be sufficient for a garment of this quality?
79.
79, Robert. Thank you so much. I'll square you up later on for that. That's excellent. £79. And then we need a pence value. So the lady at the end, I know you work for Untitled? You do, but we've not set anything up, have we? No, it must be somebody else then. No, it's okay. What was your name again? Fiona. Fiona, you are tasked with nominating the pence value, okay? So it was more than a penny and less than 99. But a little bit stereotypical, going for the old 99. So Fiona, any other number between 1 and 99, what would you like to go for? 23. 23, very specific, Fiona. £79 and 23 pence. Now, a quick show of hands. If you believe my jacket to be £79 and 23 pence. Put your hands in there if you think that's the case just now. Robert, obviously good, because you said 79, so that was good. I mean, you might not agree with Fiona on the 23 pence part, but you get conviction of the £79. Did you put your hand up there, Fiona? No, you did as well, sir. Fantastic. So we've got 2 or 3 people who believe the jacket cost me £79 and 23 pence. Okay. Throughout the course of the afternoon, I will tell you many untruths. However, let me start with a little bit of honesty. The jacket didn't actually cost me anything, folks. Yeah, I don't condone this, but during a cost of living crisis, you have to do what you can to get by. So I wandered into a shop and using a little bit of sleight of hand and some misdirection, I simply took the jacket and walked out of the shop. I mean, I'm not proud of it, but you know, it was quite satisfying. The only problem is, does anyone know how to get one of these off? Does anyone know? Anyone know how to get one of these off? No? It's a bit of a problem. I've tried a hammer, believe it or not, but that doesn't work. But there we go. Just remind me, Robert, it was £79 and 23 pence. Yeah. Fiona, would you come here just for a second? I want to keep this at arm's length. You can see the actual ticket. The price tag is still on the jacket. Now, Fiona, could you turn that over? And as loud as you can, just shout out what price is printed on the ticket. £79.23. Wow, you guys smashed it. Thank you so much. Good job, good job. Just before we all head off, though, for a little break, I'm going to teach you all a trick just to finish off, because you've been a fantastic audience. I only wish I had a better at. And I'm going to teach you all a trick before you head off, and it's one of my favourite tricks. It's a trick using, where is it? One of these. This, as you can see, is a little red silk handkerchief. And the trick is called the vanishing silk handkerchief. Any idea what's going to happen? Because I don't. Here's the idea, folks. What we do is we take the silk handkerchief, and I'm going to push the silk handkerchief into the left fist, just like this. And once the silk handkerchief is complete, by the way, the sleeves are rolled up as well, so there's no cheating going on. Once the silk handkerchief is completely in the hand, just like this, I give it a little wave and a snap, and the silk handkerchief disappears. And in its place, there's an egg. The handkerchief reappears over here in the pocket where it began. Thank you. Now, I did say I was going to... No. Thank you. I did say I was going to show you how this works, and I am a man of my word. So, in order to do this trick, you need one of these. This is a magician's egg. I know. A magician's egg is not an egg laid by a magician. I'm not that good. A magician's egg is a real egg that's had the contents removed, and what's left behind it, obviously, is this shell of an egg. And the shell is coated in resin or varnish. That little hole allows you to hide all manner of small objects inside, like sweets, money, or silk handkerchiefs, anything that's small enough to fit inside the egg. If you're going to do this trick, the magician's egg starts off in your right trouser or jacket pocket, and you will also need 2 silk handkerchiefs. Now, if you are going to do this trick, here's a little tip for you. These have to be the same colour. Okay, Fiona? Have to be the same colour, right? Both have to be red or blue or whatever. So these start off in your left trouser or jacket pocket. And in order to make the illusion convincing, you have to hide the magician's egg until the very end of the trick. So you reach into both pockets simultaneously. You bring out the silk handkerchief before you bring out the egg, just so that nobody's looking here, everybody's looking here. I will then convince you that both hands are empty aside from the egg, whilst also concealing it. And the way I do it is very inconspicuous. I show you the silk, I run it through the hand holding the egg as I show this hand is empty, and then transfer the egg across as I show this hand is empty as I'm talking to you, and nobody's any suspicious about a potential egg being in existence. When you're ready to make the silk disappear, it's simply a case of pushing the silk all the way into the little hole in the egg. Whoever laughed there, you're way ahead of me. And once it's inside the egg, you just give a little snap or a wave or say the magic words, rum and coke. And what happens is you show the egg and produce the duplicate silk from the pocket, and you have a miracle. Well, not quite a miracle, it's just a sleight of hand trick, of course, but yeah, there you have it. I've taught you a trick. Okay, you just cannot tell the magic circle, otherwise they will throw me out. Has anyone got any questions about that? Any questions? No? Helen, sometimes when I say, has anybody got any questions, somebody will put their hand up and say, what happens if somebody sees the silk sticking out of the egg? You know, does it not really? So I'll say, has anybody got any questions? You put your hand up, and I'll, yeah, okay, good. Has anyone got any questions about that? No? Good. Right, so I jest. Yes, Helen, what's your question?
What happens if somebody sees the little corner of red?
It's a very good question, Helen. Yes. Thank you for asking it. If that happens, then we do some real magic, and it looks a little bit like this. We just give a little wave, and we can actually remove the hole from the egg. I can then take the egg and show that it has actually transformed into a real egg, just like that, and that is magic.